change your mindset, change your life. Change your mindset, change your life. And that one idea only changed his life all the way until he became successful. Yo, what's poppin'? What's poppin'? This is your boy Muhammad here with the first episode of my book series called Book Series. No, I'm kidding. We're just commenting today and reviewing the masterpiece called Walking with the Law. So, pretty much, it's just a book talking about life, talking about life principles, pretty much the laws of life. And the biggest idea here is actually pretty simple. The biggest idea is that if you can apply, as long as you can understand and mostly apply these laws, these principles in your life, in everything that you do, then all your shit starts getting better, which is like a huge fact, and it's a pretty big fact. So I just took a few lines in the book that I'm gonna dive deeper, that we're gonna discuss right now, and then pull out some actionable steps that we can actually do today. Let's get it. To put it in context, the number one idea here it's about thinking. So the book is teaching us how to think about life, how to think about ourselves, how to think, period. Because thinking is everything, man. We have to learn how to think. We have to learn how to master our thinking. That's literally the biggest difference between successful people, my bad, successful people and everybody else. In every single shit that you do in your goddamn life, bro, you gotta master your thinking. And that's what the book is teaching. So let's get started. I'm gonna just read some of the lines that I have and then talk about them. Let's get it. So here it starts with proceed to use your thinking faculty and take care that it does not use you. Master your mind and guide it intelligently. That is, exercise discrimination in all your thinking. Learn to think as you ought to think. Give your mental life to the matters that are absolutely essential to your welfare. That's pretty deep. Proceed to use your thinking faculty and take care that it doesn't use you. I really like this one. And then hear what I'm saying. You know, as human beings, we have a thinking faculty. Like God gave us that ability to think, so we can think shit. We can think stuff. We can dream. We can create. And the thing is, a lot of times we let the outside circumstances, the outside ideas control our thinking. And that's why the author is saying proceed to use your thinking faculty and take care that it doesn't use you. So, what we have to do, in my opinion, from what I'm understanding here, we have to control, we have to monitor our thinking. We have to monitor what we think and make sure that we only think whatever we want. The people that really made it big in life, they were able to control their thinking, their actions, their feelings, their choices over like a very long period of time, despite the the failures, and then just keep rolling, keep trying to figure it out until you actually figured it out. But it's not easy, right? Obviously, it's it's simple. Like I'm talking. It's simple, but it's not that easy to do. But that's why you gotta understand, because if you understand, as long as you study the laws and you understand how they work, then That's how you get like a little extra power because you have some understanding. So now you can figure out how to apply some of these things. Let's just keep going. Master your mind and guide it intelligently. That is, exercise discrimination in all your thinking. Learn to think as you how to think. Give your mental life to the matters that are absolutely essential to your welfare. And the balance of your thought to themes of beauty, truth, and progress. In other words, live the ideal but do not neglect the practical. Aim to adjust the two and strive to be on the outside what you idealize on the inside. Your thoughts make you, and your ideals, principles, or ruling desires will determine your destiny. God damn. Let me read that again. Master your mind and guide it intelligently. That is, exercise discrimination in all your thinking. Learn to think as you gotta think. Give your mental life to the matters that are absolutely essential to your welfare and the balance of your thought to themes of beauty, truth, and progress. In other words, live the ideal but do not neglect the practical. How do you control your mind then? Like, how do you make it happen? How do you focus on whatever you want to think instead of everything that everybody else tells you around? It's right here. It says, exercise discrimination in all your thinking. So, exercise discrimination in all your thinking. You have to choose because that thinking faculty, it's our ability to reason. So the reason gives you the choice. You can choose to think this way or you can choose to think that way. It's simple to say, but harder to do. That's why you got to exercise discrimination. Like me personally, I always thought that some things were only for some type of people, right? And then I was really believing that. So believing that and thinking that was stopping me from doing a lot of these things that I really wanted to do, because in my mind and in my heart I felt like it wasn't for me, it was only for some type of people. So just with that example, I chose to accept that idea and believe it. So it stopped me from doing what I shit that I really wanted to do. So that's what the author is saying. Exercise discrimination. All the fucking ideas that you don't fucking want, get rid of them, my brother. Like, force yourself to only focus on these ideas that you really want to focus on. Everything else, get rid of it. There was, I think his name is Raphael Waldo Emerson. I'll look it up, put it somewhere. It says stand guard. The idea is like stand guard to the gate of your mind. It's like you gotta be ready to fight. It's like it's a challenge, bro. It's a challenge, man. You gotta be ready to fight. So you are standing guard, right? At the gate of your mind. So when negativity comes in, you just fucking duck. You feel me? You duck. You duck, you punch, you duck, you punch. That's what you gotta do, man. Exercise discrimination. Learn how to think as you gotta think, and then give your mental life the matters. Yeah, man, give a fuck about what you wanna give a fuck about. But it's an exercise. You gotta practice day in and day out, every single day, all day, all night. In other words, live with the ideal, but do not neglect the practical. What's the ideal? The ideal is an idea that you fall in love with. So focus on the thoughts that matters and are absolutely essential Just focus on these things that are essential. Don't focus on anything else because it's a waste of time and we don't have that much time. We are gonna die someday. So let's learn how to think right now so that we can make real shit happen. In other words, live with the ideal and do not neglect the practical. What's the ideal? The ideal, it's the idea that you fall in love with. So everything falls together. You got to discriminate the thinking because you have an ideal. You have an idea that you fall in love with about yourself. Some people want to play basketball. Some people want to play football. Some people want to sing. Some people want to be rappers. Some people want to be CEOs. Some people want to be best employees. Some people, whatever you want to do, bro. That's your ideal. That's the idea that you fall in love with. So everything that you think must be in harmony with that idea. You cannot accept these ideas that are limited, like, oh, I cannot do this. Oh, this is not for me. Oh, I don't have enough money. I don't have resources. Or don't worry about that right now. You gotta master your thinking because if your thinking is ruled by these negative ideas, you will not be able to move toward what you want because you're gonna be limited in your thinking, in your feelings, and in your actions. So when you start thinking in harmony with what you really want, you start seeing things differently because you change your perception, you change how you see things, and you start seeing opportunities different. It's not that thinking is gonna make shit happen, it's just that thinking is gonna make you see things different so that you can uh, get opportunities where you were not seeing them before. And then if you act on these, eventually it's not gonna happen today, bro. It's gonna take a minute. It might take years. It might take all your life, bro. But as long as you keep doing it like the baby that is trying to walk, the baby always end up walking. It's gonna fucking fail, it's gonna fall down, blah 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 blah. But he always ends up walking. Some babies it's faster, some babies it's longer, but he always ends up there. So that's how it goes. But it starts with the thinking. I'm getting hyped. Let me keep going. Do not neglect the practical. That's what I was saying, like the actions. Because it's not only about the thinking, right? You gotta move toward the goal. You gotta act toward it. And you're gonna fail. And it's cool. But you must keep moving. You gotta keep moving. You gotta keep moving. Think, feel, move. Think, feel, move. Learn to use your powers unless you wish to be used by them. Make a daily effort to use your knowledge, to use the knowledge you have gained. Try to improve upon all your opinions. Endeavor to obtain a truer and larger conception of each of your personal views. Men's problems are mental in nature. They have no existence outside of themselves, and it has been discovered that nearly all will yield up their solutions when subjected to a broad and exact analysis. You can acquire this ability by studying the law of life and its modes of expression. Then, by constant effort, use your thinking faculty in constructive ways as you work with these laws. Man, I think that last line is actually everything. Learn to use your powers unless you wish to be used by them. What's our powers? The thinking faculty. That's the power. So learn to use it and not let it use you. Everything that I was saying earlier. Discriminate, exercise discrimination. From the very morning, start thinking about what you want to think. That's why people start with gratitude. A lot of successful people, they always talk about gratitude. From the very morning, don't get on your phone. Gratitude. I'm alive. Thank God. And then go from there. I'm gonna actually talk about routines and more of this gratitude and more of these ideas in many other videos. So if you want to learn about that too, just drop in the comments. So let's use our power effectively, because the last line here says you can acquire this ability by studying the law of life and its mode of expression. Then, by constant effort, use your thinking faculty in constructive ways as you work with these laws. Use your thinking faculty in constructive ways. Constructive ways just mean the ways that will be beneficial for you, the ways that are positives for you, the ways that are actually in harmony with what you want to do. But you gotta exercise. Like, I remember I was reading an article somewhere, and the guy was saying, it was talking about mindset, which is exactly what we're saying, because thinking, your ability to think, it's your mindset. It's the mindset. The mindset is just the way you think. And this is what I'm talking about right now. And then he was saying that change your mindset, change your life. Change your mindset, change your life. So everything that he was doing, when his mind was telling him to go this way, but he didn't want to go that way, he want to go this way, because whatever he wanted to do was on that way right there. That's where he would go. So that's what that was his philosophy. Change your mindset, change your life. Change your mindset, change your life. And that one idea only changed his life all the way until he became successful. And he became, like, right now he's a speaker, like he does podcasts and shows and speaking gigs and things like that. So that's what we're talking about here. The law of life. Thinking. Change your thinking. Go the way you want to go, because that's what you want. Even if you fuck shit up, that's fine. At least you know it doesn't work, so you can go back. Even if you fuck shit up, that's fine. At least, and you can always adjust. You know, you can always adjust. You can always walk around things. You can always, but that's what this is about. It's about controlling your thinking, changing your mindset, so that you can just live a happier life every day, you know. So, what can we do today after all this mumbo jumbo that I just said? Action. It's all about action. Let's get into action. Let's just start exercising our thinking. Let's just start being conscious of what we're thinking every day. Like when you walk around, going to school or going to work, try to pay attention. That's the action steps that we can start doing right now. Try to pay attention to what you're thinking. What am I thinking about myself? What am I thinking? How do I feel right now? Why do I feel this way? What's happening? When you ask these questions, then it kind of helps you monitor your thinking. It kind of helps you pay attention and be in the moment. And then exercise. Exercise thinking about positive things. Exercise thinking about grateful things. Exercise thinking about things that makes you happy. And the more you do it, then the easier it's gonna be. But you gotta start exercise your thinking. That's my message today. The next video is gonna be chapter, I think it's chapter 2 of the book, which is about the law of thinking. So we're gonna dive a little deeper into the thinking stuff, right? In the meantime, me, we, all of us together as a family, you feel me, you know what I'm saying? So all of us, let's start exercise our thinking. Let's start exercise our thinking. Let's start exercise our thinking. Actionable step, let's exercise our thinking. Let's get it.